Welcome to part 10 of Let's Play Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo. Yes, I saved. And today we're going to be playing same guesses as last time, so I'm not even going to
just call us guests on our own channel.
Guestesses.
Really?
I have...
Either way.
I swear,
No! You're the guest here.
It's freaking cold, man. It's just been messing up my throat lately. I can't...
Fine, Ken.
Being
We're
cold
just
weather-
easy.
Don't you make me make you the
weather
guest here.
don't get along.
Dragons! Dragons!
I don't
Here
care.
be dragons! Ridley's Lair, here be dragons.
But yeah, I don't care if I was born in a cold month. Me and the cold weather does not get along very well.
True.
Mag more cabins, I have forgot the lyrics.
Oh, let's not even do that.
Sorry.
Anyways,
It's
I was
so-
gonna say this in the last episode because we were talking about blind LPs. And actually was coming because the way we record this, we just record it and then we do commentary over it later. Wouldn't that actually be good for a blind LP?
No, because
No.
it's
How people
No.
take you
Not quite, Matt, because if
and
it's...
then uploading it, it's pointless because then you've already experienced this from playing it. So the blind factor is completely taken out, which is why
When
some
you
people argued about the Final Fantasy VII in the beginning stages because we did post.
Well, think of it this way, Matt. Remember how bad the Portal 2 co-op was on Brain Scratch when Ryan did that blind and it just sort of dragged on more than being funny?
Yeah. Okay, I see what your point is.
Also, if you're recording RAWs for a quote-unquote blind LP, you're just as likely to, if the recording doesn't go too smoothly, just scrap it and try it again until you get something that works. The thing with RAWs is you can perfect it like that. With a blind LP, whatever happens first time, and you can get all the first time reactions,
I mean,
which
that's
is
what's
why
taking me
live
so long.
commentary works best for stuff like that.
That's why it's taking me so long
And
to get
this-
my Rawls done because of that reason. I'm allowed to restart them. If it was a blind playthrough, I would have to keep it, and in the end, that's another reason probably why I canceled my Prelude, because in the end, my commentary wasn't the best, but I couldn't do anything about it. So if I did, oh, I would know the game, so I'm not blind.
By the way, this Kozo's crazy.
Jozo.
I think it's chorizo.
Chozo, whatever. I call it Kozo. I've always
Kozo.
called it Kozo. You're not gonna change my idea of what to call it.
Jozo.
Oh my god, Sonic Wave, stop!
Sonic Waves. Oh my gosh, you
Yeah.
only got 3 energy. Oh
But to
god.
pretty much wrap up that blind thing, I pretty much see it on our group channel, unless it's a game we all haven't played before, and we're doing it live, or it's just a game we're all technically playing together, and we haven't played it before and it's live, then it would work. Otherwise, I don't know how it works.
Look
Okay.
at it like this, Lester. Most of us haven't even played this game.
I
That's all
have.
I'm going to say.
Oh, well the one
No,
you're
the-
talking
the
about,
blind
no, but this
I'm
one,
not-
yes.
Okay, here's the way I see it. If you're going to do a blind LP, be very careful about what you choose, especially if you want to do something for the league.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, I'm actually scared whether I'll like whether or not I'll like it. Screw attack! But anyway,
God damn it!
You're rushing
Exactly.
screw attack.
Exactly, now we
Plugging.
have too many references.
I screwed you, Matt.
Cat, you cannot get in through that window. Stop this.
Hey, Marley. I guess if the cat keeps going through it, it'll be screwed.
I'm actually gonna take that back from now.
This message brought to you by Screw Attack, because subliminal advertising. And now,
Well,
back to
it
the
kind of makes
cat
sense
and
because
the-
there is an actual YouTube channel. ain't
Yeah,
there?
that's what I was saying. It was like, you're watching Screw Attack. You really need to,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
you need to add the clip in there.
Lester, are you back? Sorry for punning. Lester?
You scared him off. Your
I
puns were just
think
so
he
horribly
left the
went
room.
mouth.
Or he ate his microphone. Either or. Or he went to go get popcorn. He might have-
Actually, he did mention, I did hear it. He said he was gonna go take it. He says, I'm gonna go take that bathroom break now.
Were our puns
Okay.
that terrible?
No, he doesn't like it when I pun. He just doesn't like it when I pun.
That's a funny way to word it, but okay.
I made punning But
Oh god, he's
verb,
doing it
I
again. I gotta leave again now, don't I?
guess. No, I didn't make a pun. I just made punning a verb.
Okay, so on the topic of Super Metroid, because we haven't done that at all this episode.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah, there's a game.
What version of this track do y'all prefer? This game's or Metroid Prime's reiteration of it?
Right.
Well, seeing how I've only played Prime out of the two, I'm gonna have to say Prime. I've listened to.
I'm actually gonna have to say Super Metroid for this one. Something about it seems more dramatic.
Well, maybe
more-
from that standpoint, I guess. It's like to me, just the instruments in the Prime version of the song was just better composed, but that's because they have more to work with. It's,
So,
there's
I
only
will
so
admit
much you
that
can do
Metroid
with
Prime-
16-bit sound chips.
The Metroid Prime version, however, I will admit had a bit of a catchier beat.
Yeah.
I love
What's
this.
I don't know what the heck that little line always has to do this for on a map. But this is when you play this game on emulator, because you see that
Map
line moving
shenanigans.
above? Yeah, that's the map.
Map scrolling shenanigans,
yeah.
bottom left. Haywire.
Which is
I
why
was
I'm
always
playing
wondering
this
what
game
that
off
was,
the virtual
actually.
console. I tried recording this game off of the Wii emulator for Super Nintendo. It worked just fine, just not giving me the best quality.
Oh, those are the guys from Sector 3 Infusion.
Yeah, this is where they came from. This game.
There are a lot of enemies from Metroid Fusion that were ripped from Super Metroid.
Yeah, there were. Like these guys, for example, they came
The
from
Space
Metroid
Pirates.
7%.
Space Pirates.
Fusion.
They're called what?
I don't know.
I own all the Metroid games that yet I didn't even know that.
Those aren't Space Pirates.
No,
Those are like...
Those are the
No,
books.
Marley said there was something else.
Fusion.
No, what I was... Oh, my comment? I was saying Space Pirates were in this game, and they were also in Zero Mission.
Yeah, the Space
Oh,
Pirates
I
used
could
in
understand what you
this
were
model
saying,
of
so.
Space Pirates.
Well, so they must have really used some reverse bioengineering on that then.
Actually, I want to actually bring up something. Lester and I kind of had this conversation before we got in this recording, but theming. The concept of theming in the Metroid series. What's your guys' opinion on it? Theming, as I mean, how Samus loses all her powers at the beginning of the game.
Oh, I thought you meant like the overall theme of the world she's in. Oh.
No, I'm sorry. Didn't make myself clear.
No, that's
I
a
still think-
different topic.
If you're talking about how stupid certain theming can be, I still say Metroid Other M was the stupidest in terms of that.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was telling him
Okay.
before. Like, you go
Yeah,
ahead
that's
and
pretty-
your piece, and then I'll say my reasoning on it.
okay.
Oh yeah,
Well-
let's wait like until we're almost towards the end of Sector 3 until we get the various suit Adam.
Well,
Thanks.
that was his retard move of the game.
That's actually what I said, but that was just a retarded move on Retro... Oh, no. What am I saying? Retro Studios.
No.
Team Ninja had on
Yeah,
that.
that was just their stupid move.
Bad ninja. Derpy ninja.
Well, don't forget Nintendo had some part in developing it too, so it's not like it was all Team Ninja's fault.
Well, of course, yeah, they were just the main ones behind it. We don't know if they made that final decision or not, but it doesn't matter. Whoever did, bad move on their part, but it's the fact
I
that
don't
they're
think
using the
it's the worst
power.
Metroid game ever, but
It's
it was tolerable enough for me.
Okay.
Anyway,
Back to what I was saying.
Like,
it's
we'll
not
get
the
to
worst Metroid
our
game ever.
ideas on Other M when we get to it, because I'll probably end up recording the game for the channel anyways. I wouldn't mind going back through it. It's like for a game itself, the story is just there. I want to skip it. The gameplay's fine. It's just that. But back to the theming.
Game. Well, I'll go over the gameplay when we get to it.
Yeah, but like,
I-
I'm a horrible game. It's just not up to my expectations, so to say.
I was kind of saying.
I'd rate it tolerable.
Okay. Alright. Now, what I was going to say was, like, the fact that I've noticed that a lot of fanboys of the series were saying, like, how, you know, it's so stupid that why should Samus take control of this thing? I was like, this goes back to theming. Samus has to lose her powers. She has to. They can't just give her all her powers right off the get-go. They only did that in 3, and that only worked because they gave her some of them. But anyways, let's get on to the Ridley fight. Wait.
Yeah, but there really isn't that much to talk about here. Just unload missiles on him and you're fine.
I will admit though, when I first fought Ridley, it took me a while to actually beat him. I actually
Same here.
died on him a few times.
Ridley actually is one of the hardest bosses in the game your first time playing because
Or one of the
he
hardest.
takes a
Metroid bosses
lot of
in general.
hits.
Of course, he's the king of the space pirates.
Yeah, but he deals out so much damage too. And unless you're coming in here with a lot of energy tanks your first time, you're prone to die real fast.
I'm
You don't know
not
his
sure
attack
what's harder though. This Ridley or Ridley on hard mode in Metroid Zero Mission.
I think probably that one's a little harder because of that reason, especially if you're doing one of those low percentage runs.
Okay, I'll just put it this way. In my Let's Play of Zero Mission, you guys probably saw how fast I beat Ridley. I was playing on normal. If I played on hard, that would be a different story.
I said on hard mode. Because like he does a crap load of damage in hard mode. It's like 2 or 3 hits and you're dead.
Yeah, that's what he was just saying. He took him down
And
fast.
also-
Mobile hard would be the exact opposite.
But okay, another thing about hard mode and Zero Mission, the fact that you only get 2 missiles each missile tank. So you end up with only 100 missiles altogether at the end instead of 250. That's
Okay.
another thing, and you only get 1 super missile from every super missile tank. That's another thing.
I hate to be a nerd, but I think there was actually 80-something missiles in the whole game, not 100.
No, there's 100. Trust me. I've played the game many of times. There's like 100. You get 2 missiles per missile tank
Yeah,
instead of 5.
something like that.
I really don't remember.
I mean, I could go look it up like, later, but anyways, you killed Ridley.
And he just sort of blows up into pieces.
Don't worry, we'll see you in a lot of other games.
And now it's time to
Everything
figure
else.
out what happened to the baby Metroid. Let us look inside. Suspenseful music.
No! But there's an energy tank.
No!
But now-
Oh, shiny.
But now it all,
That's exactly Samus's response. Like, oh no, the egg. But there's an energy tank. Hooray!
But as I was saying, with all 4 big super bosses beaten, we can now head over to Criteria, where a new and one more final area awaits us.
Which is pretty much the final area in the original Metroid, but with an extra twist to it.
I do like how Super Metroid took everything that you liked about the original Metroid
And some
Made it big.
Metroid 2.
and some of Metroid.
Except for the Zebus music thing, because they used something else.
Yeah, it's a different theme. Like I
I
said,
think that was the only thing.
some parts of 2, not all of it.
I swear, if there is one thing I didn't like about this place, is that you had to go all the way back through it once you beat Ridley. There's no shortcut. Well, there sort of is, but
Sort of is, but not
I'm waiting for the
100%
video cut.
Snake, it doesn't help you.
I'm waiting for the cut, Ken. I guess you didn't put a cut.
well, no, because there's a bunch of expansions.
Yeah, that I was
Oh, okay.
saying. Expansions you get after beating Ridley in here, so you gotta take your time and get them. And by the time you get them all, you're pretty much at the end of Ridley's hideout anyways to make your way.
I don't know why I didn't cut this part out though.
I think there's probably an expansion nearby, that's probably why.
I think I already got it.
It's
though.
not that long of a trip back. I mean, after this room, I think we get to an expansion. So that's pretty
There's actually a
Sorry.
good bit of miss expansions on the way.
yeah, that's
Bunches.
we were talking about the theming of the games. I think I'll just pretty much give the gist of the theming. Of all the newer games have taken away the powers, I thought Prime 3 did the best because it didn't take away powers. It barely started you with anything, which is how it should have been. But other M's, I
But you
understand.
gotta, at the
it's
same
just
time, you gotta
confusing.
wonder how'd she lose him anyway?
Well,
How did she lose
it's
him?
just
Okay,
so
this goes back to what I was saying.
here's the thing. If we actually wanted to give a real reason, someone probably tripped her on the way to the next plan, she lost everything again. All reality, they're doing this just so you don't breeze through the game. Other
Yeah.
people had to do it, but the excuse of doing it, in all honesty, was the worst in the series. I understand why they did it, but the reason saying you can't use it because it might hurt others didn't make sense for most of the powers.
Not having it because it just takes all of the challenge away from the start of the game. That makes sense. And sometimes
And then
by giving
Samus
a reason
decides-
it just gets
Here's
stupid.
the worst.
So-
Here's the worst instance of that. Samus on her own decided to do screw attack after Adam's gone. So it's like she had the ability to do this the entire time.
Well, that's the pacing
What
once
the
again.
flid?
That was the pacing thing once again. I realized if you give you screw attack in the beginning of the game, you're pretty much going to have an easy time with most enemies, so They
Exactly.
wait.
Yeah, but
They don't.
no,
They just
it's a
like I
big
said.
plot. It's a gigantic plot hole.
Like I said,
Yeah, well,
don't give great.
it's better to have a gigantic... Okay, Ken, it's better to have a gigantic plot hole than an excuse that's pathetic.
I was about to say it's the
I'd much
reasoning
rather have an
was
excuse
the
that's
worst in that
pathetic,
game.
though.
They had no
Plot
good
holes are
reason to back it
inexcusable.
up. But why they did it in gameplay standpoints makes so much sense.
Mm.
I'd much rather-
Which is why in other games they don't give you a reason why. Because if they give you a reason, it ends up being really, really bad.
I think at the
Why
most part this
in
week,
other
we should
games?
save
Which is
this
why in
for-
games they just go, okay, she doesn't have the stuff. Or in Metroid Prime 2 where she gets knocked against the wall. Or
I
is that
think-
Prime?
I think
I
at
can't
this
remember.
rate,
Either or.
We should either wait to finish our thoughts on this on either a Metroid retrospected or just when we get to other M in general, because this has like the most controversy I've
That'll
seen us
take-
have. Don't worry, I'm
Yeah.
gonna limit it down to at least a max of 2 hours if we actually do it, because I don't want it's going overboard. I'll just say, okay, we've been on this long enough, let's move
7
on.
hours on Final Fantasy!
God.
That is why
Anywho,
I'm in
everybody.
charge of these retrospectives. I don't want that to happen again.
I'm surprised nobody reacted to that ringtone.
There was a ringtone.
Anywho, nobody heard my phone?
No.
Oh, we were busy interrupting each other. Have you noticed?
Huh. Anywho, part 11 is next, everybody, if that wasn't already obvious enough, so see you guys then.